So next game is between Newcastle and the Sharks at Hunter Stadium down in Newcastle. The Knights are coming off a good win against the Titans last week and have seemed to get into a nice rhythm this season, sitting pretty in 5th position. As for the Sharks, however, this dark cloud continues to hover above them with the Asada incident, and there is no doubt that it is affecting the players mentally. Sharks captain Paul Gallen, however, said this week that the Asada incident is no longer a distraction to him and his players, but we shall soon see if they can show some sort of fight against an informed Knights side. So there are no changes for the Sharks side from last week's loss to the Bulldogs. However, Knights have named Kurt Gidley as hooker for this week. At Hunter Stadium, the record is firmly in favour of the Knights, who have won 13 of the last 18 games. The prices are Knights at $1.36 and Sharks, long odds here at $3.20. First try scorer, Akila Uate at $9 and James McManus at $10. Darius Boyd and Bo Ryan at $11. Bit of value there. So Mitchie, who do you like for this one?
I don't know what to make of this game, Jacko, but I think the Knights will win. They've won all their games at home this season, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wouldn't know, to be honest, actually.
I think they've won every game at home, and
They're sitting in 5th, so I'd assume that they are.
again, the Sharks, I don't think they're as good a side as people give them credit for. Todd Carney, I mean, they've got Carney and Gallen. That's about it. Knights, again, they haven't convinced me yet, put it that way. But I'll tip them here, and I think they'll win. It's one of those games where I think they'll just sort of be 8-10 points in front the whole game and nothing will ever happen. So, put all the eggs in one basket, Knights.
Any betting value in this one, do you reckon?
I think the Knights at $1.36 is good ones for your multiples. I think they'll win. You shouldn't have too much trouble with that. If you're looking for a first try scorer, well, you're insane. But
Fair enough.
go with Akila Uate.
Yeah, Akila Uate.
He is the favourite, but he seems to get the job done a lot. And yeah, you're insane.
Fair
Somebody
enough.
call the cops.
Akila Uate at $9. Bit of value there, even though he's a favourite. For me, I think Knights will be too good for them, really. The Sharks still mentally not there with that Asada incident. Could be tomorrow that they wake up and realise that they're not in the team anymore. So, if I was a player there, I'd be wondering whether my career's still there or not. So, for me, it's Knights, $1.36. They're playing pretty good, in my opinion. Wayne Bennett's got them firing lately, so they'll be too good, in my opinion. So the last Sunday game sees Sydney Roosters host the Penrith Panthers at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters are currently sitting in 3rd place, whereas the visitors are in 11th spot. The Panthers' season has not been one to boast about. They have won only 2 games this season, including the one last week against the Eels. Their young squad seems to still be finding their feet in this competition this year, and will be a big step up for them against a very classy Roosters outfit. The Roosters have won 5 of their 7 games this season and are arguably the NRL's new team on the rise. Another win here for this week will secure their top 4 position on the ladder. And the changes are Roosters have named the same 7 team which beat Dragons pretty well last week. I remember that game on Anzac. Dragons couldn't really do much against them. And the Panthers have also named the same 17 from last week, and no surprises there, seeing as both teams won pretty convincingly, as I said before. Panthers have lost 4 of their last 5 games, whereas Roosters have won 4 of their last 5. Evidence to suggest which team has been in better form this year. Roosters are the shortest price favourites this week at $1.12, and Panthers blowing out to $6.50, and rightly so. First try scorer, we got Daniel Tupou at $10 and Michael Jennings at $11. And for the Panthers, we have Travis Robinson at $13. Bit of value there. I like Michael Jennings in my opinion. If he gets a quick break, he'll be in to score quickly at $11. That'd be nice. So Mitchie, who do you like for this?
This will be a cricket score. Roosters will win, and they'll win comfortably. My best bet for the weekend is take the Roosters and the Bulldogs by 13 plus and a double, and you can't go wrong. Look, the Bulldogs will absolutely cane the Tigers, and so will the Roosters. Look, I wasn't convinced about the Roosters at the start of the year, but you can't fault them. They're 5 wins, 2 losses. They're going to win this week, so they're going to be 6-2. I'm not sure what their the draws like coming up, but they're going to be 6-2, and that's a fair start to the season. First try scorer, again, it's a lottery. Take James Maloney for me.
James Maloney.
Not sure what price he'll be, but
Maybe
have a stab in the dark at him.
I think he'll be towards the $20 mark or something.
Yeah, the Roosters will win this game. They'll win easily. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Can the Roosters win the premiership?
Oh, that's a big call, in my opinion. They do have the quality, especially in the forwards with Sonny Bill and a few of the Warrior Hargraves. But it's very hard to tip against Melbourne Storm with their team, the big three. But they'll be up there, I reckon. They'll definitely be in the top four. And if they can knock off Melbourne, they'll be right in there with a chance. What about you? You reckon that they can win the premiership?
No.
No?
No chance. There's 2 horse races here, South and Melbourne.
Fair enough.
No one else can win it.
Okay. In my opinion for this game, I think Roosters will be too good, in my opinion. Panthers haven't been great at all, have they? They won last week against the Eels, but Eels aren't that great either, so yeah, I said before Michael Jennings for the first try scorer, but I'm agreeing with you here, Mitchie. I think Roosters absolutely romp them.
Roosters will win this by 30.
30? Okay.
Penrith win this, well, I'm lost.
Pen throw. There you have it. Okay. And that brings us to the last game of the week on Monday night, where St. George Dragons host the Manly Sea Eagles. Dragons will hit back down to earth after losing to Roosters last week after winning 3 straight games. They are at home this week. What do you think you're doing? Okay.
Continue.
Thank you. Where was I? Right. They are at home this week, and the fans will be looking for a good game against the Manly team, who are looking very threatening again this year. Manly will need to bounce back after a narrow loss to Souths last week, and will looking to do so against an up-and-down Dragon side. Manly were lucky not to lose many players from last week, as Brett Stewart was cleared of a hit last week against South. Steve Maddai and Richie Faiaso weren't so lucky, and both of them will miss this week's game. I think Richie Faiaso got 10 weeks for his double throw on Greg Inglis.
I think 8 weeks, wasn't it?
8 weeks, oh,
I think
okay.
it was 8.
Still a long time to be out. You won't be happy with that. Tom Simons and David Gow will replace Maddai and Faiaso. And an interesting stat here I found, well I didn't find it, but I heard that Manly have lost their last 9 games against the Dragons away from Brookvale. However, this is a different Dragons team from 2 years ago. Manly are firm favourites at $1.52 here. Dragons with, there's not much value here at $2.60, but nevertheless. First try scorer is Brett Morris and David Williams, the favourites, both at $10, and Brett Stewart at $11. Daniel Vito at $12. And who do you like for the Monday game?
I like about 2 tries in the whole game, because I reckon this will be the lowest scoring game around. I reckon you'll be lucky to see 20 points in the whole game. This will be an absolute slug between St. George and Manly. Neither team is an explosive side by any stretch of the imagination. However, it's very hard to tip against Manly just having a look at the sides. I think they'll win. It'll be a very tight game. I think Manly will win by 4 points.
4 points?
And I think if you want a bit of value in your multiples, I think throw them in. Again, they're sort of like New Zealand. You just got to bite the bullet and hope that they play their best football, because if they do, they'll be too good for Jamie Soward's Dragons. I want to ask you, Gus. Gus Gould, you and your Penrith Panthers, you've just signed Jamie Soward, one of the worst players in the league, one of the most overrated players in the league, and he can't tackle. You have a one-way ticket for reserve grade in your Penrith side. They'll be lucky to be in a competition in 4 years' time.
Interesting stuff. Okay, for me, I think
He's the worst player in the league, Jamie Soward.
that's arguably a...
He is pathetic.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know.
So, if you like some value, if you want some value, take St. George. I'm not saying they can't win, but I think Manly will win just.
Yes, in my opinion, I think this will be, if you're going to go a roughie this week, this will be the one. Dragons, Manly losing 2 of their good players this week in Matai and Faiaso. Some inexperienced players in Tom Simons and David Gow are coming in. So, and Dragons haven't been looking too bad, despite their loss last week. Won 3 games in a row against, I think it was, Sharks, Knights, and Tigers. Not all great teams, but you never know. I reckon. You know what? I'm going to go a roughie. This is my roughie this week. I reckon Dragons will win this game.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so Mitchy, do you have any final bets, interesting bets or multis you want to put on that you haven't mentioned before?
I'll take this multi. I'll take a bit of value. You'll be lucky to get this multi. But I'll take the Warriors and Manly in the head-to-head markets.
Yep.
And I'll take the Roosters and the Bulldogs by 13 plus. I'm not sure what price you'd get for that. I reckon you'd probably get around $5.
What a great odds. What a market. Unfortunately, this is all the time we've had time for today. Next week we'll have an action-packed show. We've got Mitchy's Coach Killers. Can you explain that one for us?
Well, Coach Killers, Jamie Soward will be a feature on Coach Killers for sure. He is a dork, and he'll feature on Coach Killers 1 out of 2 weeks. And I'll guarantee I'll have something from Jamie next week. He'll be there.
Okay. Nathan Court, one of our members who couldn't be here this week, he'll have a thing called Court Out, which is his lay of the week. And Glenn Wilkins will have Turn It Up. Can you explain Turn It Up for the viewers here?
Well, again, Jamie Soward will probably feature and Turn It Up. I mean, his goal kicking style is woeful. Why does he have to do that? Jamie Soward, Turn It Up.
I think Glenn will be happy with you taking his segment, but we shall see. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you here this time next week.
Ryan Hoffman, first try scorer in Parramatta. Take it in a double.
Thank you.